So, you've made it through a mold remediation. The crew is packed up, everything looks clean, but there's that little voice in the back of your head, right? How do you really know your home is safe? Well, that's exactly what we're going to get into today, the absolutely crucial final step, verifying the job was done right.
I mean, this is the real worry, isn't it? You can't see microscopic mold spores. So that doubt, man, it can be stressful. The job looks like it's finished, but what about the air you and your family are breathing? Is all that hidden junk really, truly gone for good?
And that's the bottom line. When we're talking about health, about the safety of your home, guessing just doesn't cut it. You need proof. You need actual, scientific evidence that the remediation was a complete success.
Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start with that feeling of doubt after the cleanup. Then we'll talk about the solution, which is something called PRV clearance. We'll walk through the simple 3-step verification process, cover why it's so incredibly important, and finally, get to what it feels like to have real proof of a safe home.
All right, first up, let's talk about that moment right after the remediation crew leaves. The walls look clean, the obvious problem is gone, but that feeling of what if, that can definitely stick around.
Yeah, even when it looks like a professional job, you're still left wondering, did they get everything? Was it cleaned well enough? Is it really okay to bring my family back in? You know, without that final independent check, you're basically just taking their word for it.
But here's the good news. There is a real solution to this uncertainty. It's a formal process designed to give you a solid, definitive answer. It's called post-remediation verification, or what everyone in the biz calls PRV.
So what is PRV exactly? The best way to think about it is like a final quality control check. But, and this is key, it's done by a totally independent third-party expert. Their only goal is to verify that the job was actually successful and that your home is officially safe to live in again. And its purpose is simple, but it's so powerful. PRV isn't just a quick peek. It's a real process designed to confirm 3 critical things. 1, that the source of the mold is gone. 2, that the cleanup was truly effective. And 3, that the air you're breathing is healthy again. Now, I know this might sound kinda complicated, but it's actually a super logical 3-step procedure. Let's break down how an inspector builds that complete picture of your home's health. It all breaks down into 3 clear moves. First, they do a meticulous visual check of the entire area where the work was done. Second, they bust out the moisture meters to make 100% sure the structure is bone dry, because remember, moisture is like gasoline for mold. And third, the scientific proof. They take air or surface samples and send them off to a lab for analysis.
So how does that lab test even work? Well, it's actually a pretty simple comparison. They take an air sample from inside your home, and they compare the mold levels in that sample to another one taken right outside. The outside air is the natural, healthy baseline. The goal is super straightforward. The air inside your house should be just as clean as the air outside. Simple as that.
And here it is, the crucial safety net. If any part of this verification fails, if they see something, find moisture, or get a bad lab result, the original contractor has to come back and fix it. And critically, this all happens before any new drywall goes up, so you're not accidentally sealing a problem back inside your walls.
So that brings us to why this verification is so important. It's not just about getting peace of mind. There are some very real, very practical, and financial reasons too.
And you might be surprised by this. This isn't just a personal preference. A lot of times it's a professional requirement. So let's take a look at who's actually relying on these official reports.
Insurance companies, oh yeah, they often need a clearance report to officially close out a claim. Property managers need it to prove a rental unit is safe for tenants. It can be a massive deal in real estate transactions, and even building departments sometimes require it to verify health and safety compliance.
When you get right down to it, PRV protects everybody. It protects you, the homeowner, from having to do costly rework or dealing with contamination again down the road. And it actually protects the contractor, giving them independent proof that they did the job right, which saves them from future liability. And all of this leads us to the final and most important part of this whole thing, that tangible result that turns your hope into actual certainty. At the end of the entire process, what you get in your hands is a detailed clearance report. This document lays out everything, what the inspector saw, the moisture readings, and, most importantly, the certified lab reports. And that right there is the key takeaway. This report completely changes the game. It's not based on what somebody thinks or feels. It is verifiable, lab-confirmed evidence that your home's air quality is officially back to a safe, normal level.
In the end, it all boils down to this, doesn't it? Post-remediation verification is the step that replaces doubt with data. It swaps uncertainty for confidence. It's the final essential proof that your home is once again a healthy, safe place to live.